Good morning, everybody. Today, I'm Mahima Khanna. I'm here again with you all today, and I'm presenting again my webinar with you this week. So, you know about me. Well, I'm Mahima Khanna, and I am assistant professor working in AIBTM, ESSECOM Institute of Baking Technology and Management. So here I am today to give you information about role of ingredients in baking, which is very essential to know. And I will give you a brief idea about the role of ingredients, but it cannot be covered in one webinar because we have vast ingredient technology, which is very important to know as a baker. So, what is baking? Baking is something, for someone it is art, or for someone it is science. For me, maybe it is more of a science, and but I think it is both. It is art as well as science because you need art, innovation, creativity to create something, to create magic with your hands, and then you need science. You need to know the role of ingredients, the role of each and every ingredient. It is very different from cooking because we're not adding everything to give flavor, but we adding an ingredient just because of some specific reasons. So it is very important that we should have knowledge about the science, then what is happening at what temperature, and why we are heating at like 180 degrees Celsius, why we are cooling them down, why we are adding salt, why we are adding sugar. So all we have different reasons to include our ingredients. So I'll start with the major division of ingredients. So we have minor as well as major ingredients. Major ingredients, we have flour, sugar, water, fats and oils, and then leavening agents. And then minor, we have chocolates, eggs, fruits and nuts, flavors, other food additives, salt. So all these things come in minor ingredients. So I'll take it further with the major ingredients. Major ingredients for now I'll start with flour. So flour is obviously it is the basic thing which we need for our baking, and it is very essential to give the structure, to give the body to your product. And normally we use wheat flour over here in India, and but we have different three types of flours which we use in bakery. Three major groups is hard flour, soft flour, and then wheat flour. So hard flour, basically the division is depending on the protein content, because that is very important to make any product. So for example, if we have hard wheat flour, that is we have wheat content around 9 to 10 percent, sorry, protein content 9 to 10%, which is good for making breads. And then we have soft flour, which is around 6 to 7% of protein content, which is good to make for cakes, biscuits, and other normal things. And then we have this durum wheat flour, which is the protein content is really high, really high, which is around 10 to 12%, which is used to make pasta, noodles, and it depending upon the elasticity and the product which you want. So for breads, we need more structure and strength and stretchability and gluten content. So that's why we need more protein in that. So it depends that which product you want, and then you can choose the flour the way you want. But in India, we normally use all-purpose flour, and all-purpose flour is it contains medium gluten content. So medium protein, basically it contains medium protein content. So that's why we don't categorize over here, but we do commercially get bread flour, cakes flour. Bread flour obviously high protein content, and cake flour that we also call it weak flour because it has less protein content. And then we have all-purpose flour, and then that is the mixture of bread and cakes. And then we have self-raising flour, which contains baking powder and salt in it. So it has like raising capacity, so you don't have to add baking powder or salt in addition. So you get it all raising flour as well. Then we come to liquids, that is water. So water, obviously it binds, it holds the water, it gives the body and structure. So it is very important that when you add water, it should give you thick consistency. It helps to make you the dough and the batter. So that is the main concept. And then we have sugar. Sugar doesn't give the sweet, it doesn't only give you sweetness, but it gives flavor, color, texture. It gives brown color on the bread. So basically there is some reaction going on at very high temperature at 180 degrees Celsius, very high temperature, and then it gives color and texture to the product. So that is the crust, brown crust. So basically we call it caramelization of sugar. It is occurring at very high temperature, and that gives the color and body, and then it gives the flavor. Then we have this is the major concept of sugar. Then we add and also that it gives it is a food for the yeast, because when you make bread and yeast it feeds on sugar and salt and water, because it gets activated when you add water, and then it feeds on the sugar to release carbon dioxide. So it is very, very important in that sense. So that is the role of sugar. And then obviously then fats and oils, it gives mouthfeel, tenderness, tenderness and softness to the product. So like in cakes we normally use, in biscuits, so it gives you very good texture and finish and increases the shelf life. So this is the major concept of the main ingredients. Then minor ingredients you add like chocolates, then salt sometimes you add to increase shelf life. So you add all these ingredients just to make innovations in your product. Like chocolates, you do chocolate coverings, or you make chocolate decorations, or you add chocolate for black forest cake or for truffle cakes. But it gives you flavor and different innovative ideas. Basically you add spices as well. So these are the main minor ingredients which doesn't play major role in baking, but you add them to create your own recipes, to create your own ideas. And then you can add anything. You can add vegetables, you can add spices, you can add fruit juices. It's up to you how innovative you are. So but to understand the role of major ingredients is very, very important. Why we adding fat, why we adding any flour. So flour is very important, especially in concept with protein content, because that's decide that which product you are making and then which product you can make better. But and obviously sugar, which is very important. You can add other sweeteners as well, but then you have to see that your color and your aroma and flavor is coming well. And then fat is very, very important, because that increases the shelf life. It gives the smooth finish and the mouth feel to your product.